Good morning, everybody. I am back from Miami doing some pre-market prep videos so that we could just kind of focus on the chart requests. I know there's going to be a lot of them, so I'm trying to knock this out really quickly. I already posted the IWM video, so if you want to check that out, this one will be up shortly. So this morning, I'm going to try to make this one really quick. Again, I'm posting kind of a trading blueprint as far as pre-market prep, day traders, and then what we can kind of expect going into the end of the day, or what we might be looking for, whether that be continuation of the downside or not. So that being said, the chart on the Qs is clearest on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we have this mass here. Hard to call it a box, but the 50% mark of that is bouncing or is at that floor for the third time this morning. So if this breaks, without question, I am certain that we'll be looking at a 590 target. Now, that's a 4-hour candle close below this mark. There is bounce levels at 596 that we can look for this morning. If we bounce there, that could get us back and hold this cost basis. Now, moving in, because again, when we're looking for day trading opportunities, we have to look a little bit further down. We'll see that, yeah, it did bounce. It did fill up the empty space to a T and then pulled itself back. Now, well, I say to a T, but in the most recent price action, there is still a little bit here at 618.20. Now, again, we are bouncing, but the question is always, when you bounce, what are you able to recover? Now let's move down to the 1-hour where this becomes quite clear. This is not a box, but it is a range. So if you're able to recover it, if you're able to get above 602.50, you have a higher probability of getting to the 604 mark, which is basically orb here. With that being said, I'm going to move to the 30-minute, where this is going to be pretty damn clear. So here's the box above you. This is a signal. This is a punch back into, right, the potential empty space at 618.33. So if we saw a reversal today of some sort, because we see the multiple bounces off of this particular level, we see how price behaves when it gets there. So if we end up hitting that floor this morning and bouncing, we could be looking for these marks to break in order for us to achieve a reversal. Now to the downside, which is the trajectory that we are currently heading in the most recent price action, again on the 4-hour, it's a different story, but on the 1-hour, there's a floor directly underneath us. And I've just mentioned this. This is going to be right around 596, 596.50. That is where I suspect we might be able to bounce if we break that low. Depending on how price action moves today, if we see more aggressive selling, I believe the target should be clear, right, around the floor of 590, 590.34, where we have bounced before. So the target would likely be from here to here. We don't have that information, nor do we have an open. So, a lot of the times you can wake up in the morning and you say, well, we've opened underneath the floor. That's a clear bearish signal. Or we've gapped up above where sellers control the price. That's a long signal. This morning, we've gapped nowhere. We're sitting in between the floor and where we could reverse. So it's a read and react scenario. I like IWM a little bit better fluidity wise. But as far as I'm concerned, the Qs right now, it all is going to depend on where we open. Of course, we'll be on live. You can catch us there. But this is the setup that I'm looking for this morning. Again, the signal being there and a potential bounce here or here. If those fail, we have a target and potential selling all the way to 590. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the bell. Thanks for watching. And I'll be posting the SPY analysis in just a moment.